Bienvenue à la séance extraordinaire publique de la ville de Bathurst pour le 12 avril 2021. Welcome to the City of Bathurst special public meeting for this April 12, 2021. Madame Saint-Laurent, est-ce que des déclarations de conflit d'intérêt or any declaration of conflict of interest?
Okay, none.
Sous les résolutions provisoires, draft resolution, Councillor Anderson, please.
Your worship, I move that tender T006-21 for the supply and installation of the new MyCom reciprocating compressor be awarded to Nordic Refrigeration for the amount of $25,608.69 plus tax.
Just a reminder for everyone not to forget to put on your mics. Thank you, Councillor Anderson. Do I have a seconder? Councillor Hondas, are you ready for the question? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carried. Next one.
You have to turn on the mic.
Oh, it's not manual. Okay. Under the next resolution, collective agreement, convention collective, l'Association Bathurst Professional Firefighters. Conseiller Willett, s'il vous plaît.
Thank you, Your Worship. I move that whereas the collective agreement between the City of Bathurst and the Bathurst Professional Firefighters Association expired December 31st, 2019, and whereas both parties reached an agreement on a new collective agreement for a period of January the 1st, 2020 to December 31st, 2023, now therefore be it resolved that the collective agreement between the City of Bathurst and the Bathurst Professional Firefighters Association effective January 1st, 2020 to December 31st, 2023 be accepted, and that the mayor and the city clerk be authorized to sign the necessary contract documents and for and on behalf of the city.
Thank you, Councillor Willett. Do I have a seconder? Councillor Lantang, thank you. Are you ready for the question? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carried. I just want to signify for a minute as well the great work done by the city employees as well as by Bathurst professional firefighters in reaching an agreement. On behalf of myself and the council, thank you very much. So this concludes this meeting. Councillor Hondas, please, for the adjournment.
Thank you, Your Worship. I move that the special public meeting be adjourned at 6:33 p.m.
Thanks, Councillor Hondas. Do I have a seconder? Councillor Chamberlain. Are you ready for the question? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carried. We'll just take a 1-minute break and we'll move into the next meeting, which is Committee of the Whole agenda, la Réunion plénière. On a des déclarations de conflit d'intérêt. Do we have any declaration of conflict of interest?
Okay, none.
Proposed updates for policy 2003-02. Proposition de la mise à jour de la politique 2003, tarif des honoraires de la fière municipale. Madame Saint-Laurent, s'il vous plaît.
We are proposing to update certain fees under the police department and add certain fees under the communication services. Acting Chief of Police Roy will speak on his department, and Mr. Luc Foulem will speak on behalf of his department.
Is it working?
Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. So the Bathurst Police Force has partnered with Forest Green Solution which is an online solution platform for the application process for fingerprinting. As we all know, it's very common for employers and volunteer centers to rely on criminal records check to qualify a person to become either an employee or a volunteer within their organization. It's very time consuming, and it creates a lot of traffic at the police force to have numerous people coming in on a regular basis for the applications, and it's also problematic for the citizens of Bathurst to have to leave their work simply to attend the police force to make that application. So a lot of hours lost from work, and time lost by our employees having to process those applications. So Forest Green Solutions, what they do is they process the application for us. But it does come at a cost. It comes at a cost of $9.95, $9.95 plus taxes. That fee is why we're looking to raise the tariff of fees for fingerprinting for the police force and for the citizens of Bathurst. So the objective behind that is simply to offset that cost, but it's going to reduce the amount of traffic at the police force, and is going to enable the citizens of Bathurst a much simpler process for the application of online criminal records check. They don't have to leave work. They can do it 24 hours a day from the comfort of their home, and I guess in essence that's the reason why we're making the application for the increase in the fees.
Are there any questions from council, Chief Roy? Monsieur Foulin, s'il vous plaît.
Merci, Monsieur le Maire. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Comme vous le savez, en raison des efforts de la Ville de Bathurst pour assurer l'accès au public à nos réunions du Conseil municipal durant la pandémie COVID-19, on avait fait l'achat d'une suite de production audiovisuelle à 3 caméras pour la diffusion des réunions du Conseil municipal sur notre page Facebook. Des caméras qui sont encore en utilisation ce soir dans le lieu plus permanent qui se veut la salle du Conseil. As you know, on account of our efforts to ensure public access to the Bathurst City Council meetings through the COVID-19 pandemic, we had made the purchase of a 3-camera audiovisual production system in order to have the council proceedings streamed live through our corporate Facebook page. That said, this system has possibilities that go beyond its primary mandate of webcasting our council proceedings. Obviously, this will be at a time, hopefully, in the not too distant future when we can hold public events. These would be live events that raise the profile of our key tourist sites. We're talking about Yohal Beach, Daly Point, the Promenade Waterfront, Coronation Park, any type of events that we coordinate. One would think of Canada Day celebrations, New Brunswick Day, and so forth, that we'll be able to go live from these sites with that equipment and LTE wireless technology that we have through our IT department. Le système offre des possibilités qui vont au-delà du mandat primaire de la diffusion web des réunions du Conseil. Évidemment, ça serait dans un temps, dans le futur, pas trop lointain, où on espère, où on sera en mesure d'avoir des événements publics. Ces événements en direct seraient afin de rehausser le profil de nos sites touristiques, tels que la plage Hall, la réserve naturelle de la Pointe Daly, la promenade Waterfront, le parc Coronation, etc. Et la capacité en direct est possible avec la technologie sans fil LTE que nous avons ici via notre secteur du technologie de l'information. That concept has already been discussed with staff from the Recreation and Tourism Department, namely Ryan Wilbur. He's aware of this, and obviously through strategic planning, whenever we're able to go back to public events, this will be something that we'll be looking to exploit. Over and above that, the potential to offer access to outside groups can also be exploited. Both live and recorded, this production system can cover social and cultural events. And combined with a 50 microphones conference system, the system that we have purchased as well, conferences and general meetings and other similar events can also be covered. Hence the need to integrate a fee structure for rental and staffing. Au-delà de ces concepts, le potentiel à offrir l'accès à des groupes externes peut aussi être exploité, autant pour la diffusion en direct qu'enregistrée. Cette capacité de production peut être utilisée pour la couverture d'événements sociaux et culturels. De plus, combiné avec un système de microphone-conférence aussi en main, nous sommes aussi en mesure de couvrir des conférences, réunions générales ou autres fonctions du genre. De là, le besoin d'établir une structure de frais pour l'allocation et les ressources humaines pour l'opération d'équipement. Les tarifs sont basés sur les grilles standards de l'industrie et ajustés pour notre marché local. The fees are based on standard industry practices and adjusted for our local market.
Thank you, Mr. Foulem. Are there any questions? Thank you very much. Thank you, Chief Roy, as well. Your input on this, very much appreciated. Our next item for discussion is the proposed ATV trail, la proposition des sentiers pour les VTT. Conseiller Willett, s'il vous plaît.
Thank you, Your Worship. I got a call from the president of Quad NB, and he met with Chief Roy about the trail. About the trail system. The province doesn't want to cross the road down below under the Vanier exit. So what their suggestion is that once we hit Ryan Road, at the end of Ryan Road, is to get onto the Ryan Road, then turn left and cross the bridge on Vanier. So that would be the safest way to get there and to get to the Atlantic coast and go into the trails that way. So we'd be looking at the ATVs getting on at the end of Ryan Road where the parking is and getting onto the Ryan Road, then turning left and accessing the trails that way. So that would be the safest. That's the only difference between the trail system. So I just wanted to bring that up.
Thank you. Any questions? Everything good? Chief Roy, we're fine with this, are we? Or?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. So I know I'm going to do a lot of hand signals while I explain this. I'm probably going to hit that glass, so that's why I figured I'd stand. So yeah, I did meet with the president of the ATV club, and we actually went on site. I prefer to go on site. I'm a very visual person. So we went on site and we walked around exactly where the ATVs are going to cross. Do I have concerns? I'd be lying if I said I didn't, but I'm comfortable with the decision and the path that they're suggesting. They're suggesting that they come out right behind the Atlantic coast along the Tim Hortons and that they cross there. So they're not going to be going along all of Vanier right where the Atlantic coast is. They're going to be crossing right there. The primary issue is that they're going to be crossing across where the entrance and exits are of the highway. But where they're going to be going is on further closer to the woods, across there, and then right onto Ryan. They had initially suggested that they would go all along Ryan until the point where they get to the trail. But there's that big parking area that I know a long time ago was used by people working at the mines. I don't know who owns that property, but I suggested, especially in the wintertime, that if they can get permission from the city or whoever owns that property, to be able to go right onto that rather than going along Ryan Road. So it's the path of least resistance. Obviously, they had made the suggestion to the province that they go across not the overpass, but the on-ramp. The province didn't accept that. So it's the better of two evils, I guess. And I'm comfortable with the decision. And in all fairness, as far as the ATVs are concerned, what we've done in East Bathurst so far, it has not become problematic for the police department. It's kind of ironic. I sit in my office and they go right by my office, and they go by in a very respectful manner. So if it can be good for the economy of the city and good for the citizens, I think it's a good thing. We will certainly monitor it. There are provisions there that allow us to enforce laws if necessary. So, like I said, I think they've put a lot of time and a lot of work, and it could be very beneficial for the club. And I think so for the region as well. We're certainly willing to participate and do whatever it is that we need to do as far as a policing perspective. So.
Well, thank you very much for your input. Are there any questions for Chief Roy? We're good. Thank you very much, Chief.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
We, last year, we had a request from citizens living on Bridge Street, and they were concerned with what they seen as a problematic passing area along the bridge We've asked our engineering department to have a look of what we could do, as this was a provincially designated highway. And I'll ask Mr. Abernathy to update us, please.
Thank you, Your Worship. So we had received this request last year as well in the engineering department, and we'd contacted the Department of Transportation to clarify what could be done there. They've basically given us the right, or the authority, I guess you'd say, to make whatever changes need to be made inside the municipality as far as safety is concerned. So this summer we'll be contracting the line painting and advising that contractor to eliminate those passing zones at the top of Sand Hill.
Great. For those of you wondering, this is the area closest to Karen Point turnoff, as well as the mailboxes there for people along Bridge Street, and as well as we have a very popular grocery store there as well. So people will no longer be able to pass in this area here, so it should be great for everyone. So this is it for our Committee of the Whole discussion. Merci à tout le monde. Thank you very much, everyone. Have a good week. We're going to take a 10-minute break